It's one of the movie's most cinematic moments, a superpowered and supernatural feeling showdown where Wyatt Earp charges directly into Curly Bill's line of fire. Somehow all the shots fired by Bill miss the famous lawman just before he empties his double-barreled shotgun into the dumbfounded leader of the cowboys. One of the cowboys, Johnny Barnes, survived the gunfight in real life, dying from his injuries a short while later in a nearby farmhouse before he passed. He related the story of Wyatt Earp's near miraculous feat, portrayed in the film exactly as he described.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
How cool is that?
That's super cool. And I mean,
because you watch this and you're like, that's so cool. That's a cool Hollywood scene, right? But there's no fucking way he's walking out into the middle of that fucking stream and getting his, like he's definitely getting shot.
I don't know. I totally see the whole like not taking a shot at any of that. Like I totally see him walking out into that and every shot missing.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, for me, I have been in a similar scenario where I literally like was in the Marines. We went and pulled some guys out of an area. A couple guys died, got shot, stuff like that. And I came back and I super amped up, right? Not thinking anything about it. And we literally land and everybody's like, what's going on? Because there's a lot of commotion. It calms down and my buddy Widman comes over and he looks and the whole back of the helicopter is just Swiss cheese. And he's like, where were you? And I was like, right here. And he's like, and he's looking and he's like, there's too many holes. He's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, why? And he's like, and I had, yeah, and I didn't walk away unscathed, but it was not like I was fine, right?
Yeah.
And he was just like, he like walked over and just gave me a hug. Like that was his moment. He was like, I'm so glad that you're here right now. So I totally understand and for me, that's where I don't know why or what, but like this all encompassing.
What do you chalk that up to? Like that's your Pulp Fiction moment.
Yeah.
That's when he
I believe. So this is for me, like I think a little bit more about like higher power and stuff.
Sure.
And I think that that was nothing happened to me there because I needed to be here and on this journey. I think that I hadn't met my wife yet. At this time in my life, when this happened, I was twice divorced. I literally was like, yeah, I'm just going to go get like snipped just so I don't ever have to worry about this again. I'm like about to be 30. Like I'm not going to have any kids.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like going to throw the towel in on this. And this whole thing happened. And I was like, no, I think I'm still here for a reason. And yeah, I think that's what it was. Like it wasn't my time. And so, nope, I was just kind of, I moved in the right way. I was protected, whatever caused that all to happen.
Yeah.
But it was because my time wasn't done yet. So, but I think like even here, and I think for this scene, he's okay. And this is where for me, especially when I was in the Marines and stuff like that, and even a little bit today, like I've had a phenomenal life. I have met the most wonderful woman in the world. I have 2 amazing children. I feel very fulfilled in everything that happened. I don't want to die. But if I was going to face that, I would still be like, yeah, I had a great life.
Yeah.
Right. And I think here he's like, I've had a good life. And he's like, and this is not like, if I'm going to go out, I'm not going to go out pinned down, hiding behind this tree. I'm going out on my terms. And I think he stands up and everybody to the point that I actually think there's some psychological
100%
that
it's a technique.
It's a tech. Yeah. You're rushing and
it's a pattern interrupt.
Yeah, exactly. You're a disruptor.
You're like, what the is this guy
and now
doing?
You're not paying because now you're cocky and you're like, oh yeah, and you're missing and you're like, what the hell? And he's like,
yeah, it's Dances with Wolves where he gets on his horse and runs across the field. In the beginning, right?
Yeah,
same thing. That pattern interrupts.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the Dances with Wolves part of that. But
Dances with Wolves.
That's the other one.
I don't even know if I can do Dances with Wolves. The truth of it is that movie, like, if I really think about it, that movie has so many things about it that are still shaping and influencing me.
It's a
in
transformative movie.
Yeah. It's so bananas. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, Yeah, it's insane. It takes me to a different place.
So this whole thing really happened this way. Per the guy
supposedly
that's losing side. So really, if you want to know, if you want to know some real history,
right?
Ask the losing side what happened.
This isn't somebody from Wyatt's brother. Like, this isn't Wyatt's buddy. So Wyatt just walked out in the middle of fucking river,
and God protected him.
It was crazy.
Yeah, this is the bad guy going like, I don't know what happened, man.
It is crazy though to think that that's exactly how it played out. That he, because like back then it wasn't like. Because I thought about it too, where all the revolvers, everything that they're using to try to kill each other.
Yeah, lever action, shotguns, and revolvers.
It's barely got rifling introduced into the scene at this point, I think.
There's definitely rifling.
Because this is after, they talk about it too.
Rifling happened and then cartridges.
But they did they have rifling in the Civil War?
No. So that,
because it was still ball
right after, yeah. But Civil War was earlier.
And so this is, because they talk about these guys.
Yeah.
Because part of the reason why these guys in the West were badasses with fucking guns
is because
they fought in the Civil War.
Yeah.
And then they decide, like, this, I got to go West. Like, I'm going to go find my plot of land and just relax because I'm tired of being this.
I stated that as I knew it was a fact. I may be wrong. I'm fairly confident that
on which part
that rifling happened, and then so that was the big difference between like the beginning of the Civil War is a lot of like still musket ball powder. So you were loading, right?
Right.
And then you went to cartridge. So now I can just take a bullet and put it in and fire it. I don't have to powder, wad, ram, all that. Because that's when like pistols really started, multiple fired pistols stared coming out more and more. Yeah, the revolvers and stuff. And there's a lot of like officers would carry those, and I think like some of the original like Colts and stuff like that they were like, yeah, this is one of the original Civil War, like this is the new thing, right? And all of a sudden they're like, yeah, dude, I can fire 6 times without having to reload, and they're like, that's so crazy, right? The minigun came out right during the Civil War too,
right?